All right, welcome back to our short two-card review. We're going to be talking about more leadership allies, right? We've been working through the Rise of Red Skull box. This is what came with Hawkeye, I believe. But we're going to be talking about Goliath and US Agent, who US Agent I actually really like. So my favorites. So we'll talk a bit about that. Before we do me a huge favor. Make sure you hit the like button, hit subscribe, turn on notifications so you know when new videos come out and when I go live. It really helps out, and I appreciate it. And also go over to twitch.tv/D20 Woodworking. Hit the follow button there. We are getting pretty close to 1,000 followers there, so it's pretty exciting. Like I said, the live stream community is a little bit different than the YouTube community. It's a little more interesting. It's a little, I should say interesting. It's a little different. We'll just say it's a little different. The live streams are fun to be a part of, so definitely check it out. So anyway, all right, let's go check out these two cards. So our first one is Goliath. Goliath is a 4-cost ally, 2 threat, 1 attack, but the 1 attack gets 2 consequential damage, 4 life. And Goliath gets +4 attack until the end of the phase. At the end of the phase, discard Goliath, right? And this is a pretty interesting way to do this, that you can basically choose when you get +4 attack, so he's swinging for 5, but you would have to get rid of Goliath during that phase. So there's different ways to team up this card. You could you make the call and back in, or rapid response, or whatever it may be to get Goliath back in if you want to use him multiple times. After he gets discarded and comes back in. I don't mind this card. I've been running more expensive allies recently in my personal games of Marvel Champions. In the past, I would say like a year or two ago, I was much more into kind of running allies that were like 2 or 3 cost, and that's it. And I wouldn't, not that I wouldn't see the value of a 4-cost ally, but it was just too expensive in my mind because I was too busy doing this strategy of, okay, put him out there, let them attack or thwart, and then chump block him and then leave, right? And 4 costs for that is a terrible trade-off. You really shouldn't do that. I've been trying to have a little bit more mix of an ally base where, okay, yeah, there's a few cheap ones, but there's some expensive ones too, right? And the expensive ones aren't the same as the cheap ones, right? Think of them differently than you would the cheaper allies. So I'll have the cheaper allies, yes, come out, chump block, all that fun stuff. But people like Goliath, what I would start doing is, okay, I'll run, maybe I'll thwart with him once or twice, and then maybe 3 times, or just do a regular attack or whatever. And then at the very end, give him that +4 attack. So we really get the full usage of him, right? So you get potentially over the course of 4 rounds, be able to thwart 6 and then deal 5 damage for the cost of 4, right? That, when you do that cost curve analysis, that makes a lot more sense. That seems to work pretty well. So anyway, that's just me personally, how I've grown and changed as a player, and kind of the new strategy I'll put on him. Obviously for Avenger builds, there's ways to cheapen Avengers through the tower or other means. That makes even more sense to play Goliath. US Agent is one of my favorites. I love US Agent. So I actually really like US Agent as a way to give him an honorary status too, to like bump him up to like 6 life, and then let him be my primary blocker. Now an expert maybe it doesn't work as well, or against the tough villains it won't work as well, but he is literally there to take hits, and that's it. And then I will use first aid cards that are standard cards that just heal 2 damage from a character to heal up US Agent, because he does have Retaliate, and that is really, Retaliate's really useful, and being able to get that block in over and over and over. So when we talk about heroes like, okay, Goliath, I won't think about using as a blocker. US Agent, I'll think the complete opposite way, and then no, I want him to be a blocker, and I'll Voltron build him out, which basically means just adding more accessories to him, more upgrades or supports to give him even more life, right? So you have certain cards like team training that gives +1 to all your allies. I'll put things like that out there. Anything that bump up the life of US Agent, and then use basic healing cards to heal him back up. And this just gives me a blocker through hopefully most of the game. Now, of course, if you have more than 1 attacker out there, you're still taking damage overall, which kind of stinks. But that's all right for me, because it just, usually there's one big hit or maybe a smaller hit, depending on how I'm playing the scenario, what the strategy is, that I'm trying to not put that damage onto my hero. So he's I don't think I even mentioned, he's a 3-cost 1/1 stat line with attack and thwart, or thwart and attack, and 5 life with the Retaliate 1. That 1/1 doesn't even matter to me, because I'm not even playing him that way. Essentially, I am looking at a way that he is a ally that is going to be taking hits from me and then retaliating damage. And especially now that there's a lot of tough out there, the fact that Retaliate then can ping off that tough helps out a lot. So big fan of US Agent. Goliath, I started using more nowadays. All right, make sure you let me know down in the comments what you think about these two allies. Or do you still use them a lot? Do you just use them for Avenger builds? Do you use them for different things? I'm kind of curious because I like them. I like these two allies a lot. So let me know your thoughts down below. I appreciate watching this video. I'll see you all next time.